Hello everyone, and welcome to another counter build for fighting the Ancient Leshen. This time we're using a sword and shield, and we are playing the healer role. There's really only two weapons I use for this role, the hunting horn and the sword and shield. So what you see me doing here is I'm going to be checking the community chest for first aids, and what I like to do with those is on my radial menu I have honey and I upgrade them to first aid meds, right? Those are kind of like mega potions, and it saves you from using your own mega potions. That's what it does. It also allows you to carry 10 mega potions, and if you have, all of the ingredients, 10 first aid meds at the same time. So when you're at like a meaningful chunk in the Ancient Leshen fight, for example, we're starting here in this video on stage 3, you're able to actually have 20 heals, and that's actually pretty important. I feel like one of the problems people run into is that they're forced to travel back to camp for more healing equipment, and if you're carrying 10 of each, 10 first aid meds and 10 mega potions, you're pretty well set. I think a lot of people recommend using the Mushroom Mancer precisely because they think, well, we can carry 10 blue mushrooms, but really all you need is 10 honeys, and this is going to be a lot more efficient than having to build an extra skill on your set. Alright, so maybe we should talk a little bit about how I came up with the build. I actually had to tinker around with it for a while. For a while, I thought I would be bringing the Lunastra Styx sword and shield, and that's because Lunastra Styx is a pretty good option when you can't build the Draken armor set, or the Teostragama set and the Draken armor set. Yeah, if you can't build those, Lunastra Styx is nice because it comes with the Razor Sharp skill, and I thought I would be building the Lunastra Alpha Legs and the Lunastra Beta Arms for building Friendship. So that was my original plan, but I realized later I could actually give up the Draken legs on the build, and still I would be doing better damage, and I'd still be able to build the Friendship skill. So this is what I've done here, and that's why you see me using the Draken set, but you can tell that the legs are different. If you didn't know this, the Lunastra Alpha legs, I'm learning more and more that they're pretty much the most efficient piece of armor in the game for building both Friendship and health boost. And I always recommend the Vitality skill, the health boost skill, right? So if I look like I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I kind of don't. I don't play sword and shield very often. I understand how to heal very well, at least. I've healed for a long time. I've healed a lot of matches, but when it comes to playing sword and shield, I'm still a novice. I'm still learning some things. I think I'm getting a little bit better. One of the trickiest things I've noticed for playing sword and shield well, you have to learn how to aim that jump really well, so you're not just wasting it. And I remember when I was actually capturing some footage of this, I was like, how the heck am I missing all of my jumps? So you see me, I picked up a bomb pod, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be flinching him for my team. Every time he tries to use a move, I'm going to try and flinch him out of that move. I think he's going to walk here. Is he going to walk? Yeah, so he's going to walk. You'll notice he has no revultures at all. I don't know what causes him to go into this state where he's just walking around with no revultures, but when he's in this state, you guys really need to abuse him. Alright, there we go. I'm healing. Notice my gear, I have health booster. That's going to save you on heals as well. So you'll put a health booster down, and now somebody who probably would have needed a heal, he can just stand in the health booster. Alright, so he's going to go to the next area, Area 4. We actually knocked him out of Area 3 pretty fast there. Yeah, we did a good job on that. Flash pods are going back on. And you'll notice I didn't go back to camp and refresh my healer items. I should have done that. Let me recommend, if you're playing the healer when you're going between stage 3 and stage 4, definitely go back and refresh your items. I think that's actually pretty important because stage 4 is pretty crazy. Alright, he starts stage 4 as usual with the roar. Yeah, he has a crazy roar. I'm going to go ahead, you'll notice since we're at the beginning of the next stage, I'm going to go ahead and eat a Might Seed as well as an Adamant Seed. Also at the very beginning of the fight, I ate a Mega Demon Drug and I ate an Armor Skin potion as well. So I'm giving the whole team not just healing, but I'm giving them a little bit more attack, a little more defense. It really does stack up and matter in the end, because the truth is, not all of you, especially if you're playing with randoms aren't using Mega Demon Drugs. They're just not. And randoms aren't using Armor Skin. They're not using Adamant Seed. So as the healer, because you have wide range, you can kind of force everybody to have that. Another thing that I should have considered bringing with me is maybe something like a Dash Juice. You'll notice on my team we have a bow user, so I probably should have considered that. I just was, okay, so there we go. We got a nice heal in there. People are in bad shape, and I'm saving them right now. That's good. So they were in a pretty sticky situation there. If you were watching the health bars, yeah, somebody gave me the thumbs up. If you're watching, the team was pretty close to dying, and we got everybody all healed up. And that's really why having a healer on your team for a monster like the Ancient Leshen is so valuable. He has a lot of moves that attack in a big radius that can really bring people down very quickly. Just the fact that he does a lot of chip damage with this aura, that's the other reason why. In general, most weapons will not out-heal the aura in Stage 4, meaning you're going to take more damage than you can heal from attacking him using health regen augmentations, so having a healer to kind of be there and make up for that difference is really valuable. Going back to what I was saying earlier though, I was talking a little bit about how one of the items I should have with me is a dash juice, and in particular dash juice is going to help a bow user. I don't run into a lot of bow users against this guy. I think that I'm guessing that using the bow against the Ancient Leshen must be a little more challenging than usual, because I just don't see a lot of bow users coming in against him. But if you do, you can stop in the camp, grab a dash juice, and eat that as well. Oh, here we go. Another person's really badly hurt. You can see it on screen. Am I going to notice that? Oh, yep, there we go. It took a little longer for me there. All right, I got knocked up too. Somebody's stunned, so this is especially a good time to try and heal the team, because we don't want somebody stunned to be in trouble. Oh, and instead we're going to interrupt this guy. So he got interrupted, and now I'm going to heal. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. He came in, he wanted to use Bird Bomb. I canceled the heal by rolling, and then I shot a Dragon Pod at him to interrupt him. Oh, and I'm grabbed. The first thing I do is I ping my teammates to let them know that I'm grabbed. Most people understand that means you've been grabbed, just because this game mode, this monster in particular, Ancient Leshen, he grabs so often. Alright, somebody else has been grabbed. Flash pod. Looks like everybody's. So another thing you can do rather than flash pods is you can use the fire rune, and if you're the healer and somebody's been grabbed, you can actually start healing to try and counteract the chip damage they're going to take, but honestly, it is better for you to just use a flash pod. So you can see I've run out of first aid meds at this point, and I'm using my mega potions now. And people are just taking damage like crazy in this fight. Yeah. Okay, he healed himself, that's nice. Yeah, Stage 4 of the Ancient Leshen, honestly, you should be judging the difficulty of this monster, not by Stages 1, 2, and even 3, but really by Stage 4, because this is where everyone's going to die, is in Stage 4, and this is really where having a healer comes in handy a lot. Oh, I hate these vines. I kept climbing up them, I didn't want to. Alright. That's his homing roots move. By the way, if you're looking for a terrific guide for fighting the Ancient Leshen, where I break down all of his moveset, I am done with my completed strategy guide for the Ancient Leshen. I'll leave a link to that in the description of the video, or you can click up here and watch it later. Of course, you're probably going to want to see this Sword and Shield healer build. That always comes at the end of the video, but let's finish on fighting him. We're almost done. Alright, we finally get a little bit of damage in ourselves. You're really going to be busy as the healer healing people in this stage. You're just going to be spending most of your time healing. Alright, flash pod there. You can tell people are in trouble. Oh. What are we doing? There's a lot going on here. So he tried to bird bomb again, and it looks like everyone got healed up. They must have healed themselves. Even when you do have a healer on your team for fighting the Ancient Leshen, you do have to be ready to heal yourself, just because it's so dangerous. You can't just wait for the healer to, you've got to take care of yourself. You really do. Alright, somebody's got the bleed. Let's see, am I going to try and heal that? I'm going to go for the Mega Potion first. Oh, that's because they're stunned. So because they're stunned, they're at risk of being one-shot on the next move. Okay, so I know that I'm out of heals, and what I'm doing here is I'm actually thinking about traveling back. Alright, I'm going to set the health booster down first, it looks like. Alright, so I gave them the health booster. I didn't want to get hit by that move. Oh, I shouldn't do this. I should just go back to camp. I could already be on my way back. Yeah, okay. I'm making the decision. So it's a good call. Really, if you run out of potions, don't wait. Don't wait and be like, oh, I ran out of... Don't do that. Just go right back to camp, grab your potions as fast as you can, and then come back. So there's my friendship item loadout. For those of you who aren't familiar with item loadouts, you really need to make those. You need to learn what those are. And I'm checking for potions here. So I got 4 first aids out of the chest, and I'm going to craft those into first aid meds. We're on our way back to the fight. All right, and there you can see me crafting the first aid meds. Now I have 4 of those. That means, essentially, it's kind of like saying I have 14 mega potions now. And you can see I'm coming back to the fight, and they're all hurt. It's a very dangerous fight. And there I am. I'm starting to heal up. Good. Okay, so we're back. Nobody's died. Actually, the team did very well. We had all our lives at this point anyways, so it would have been okay if somebody died. It wouldn't have been the end of the world. And now we're just going to get back to fighting him. Everyone's full health. He's using the bird bomb. Oh, this is kind of dangerous. Pretty close. The problem there was both the longsword user and me, we were both in our attack animations, so we couldn't kind of get out of that and flash him. There's the temporal mantle. Of course, another thing you can do is, if you go back to camp at some point and your temporal mantle just began its cooldown, go ahead and grab the Rocksteady mantle. So you can just trade out mantles in between stages of the fight. Alright? And here you can see, you know, one of the things that's really important to me for this fight is that I'm also dealing damage. When you're playing a healer, you could just pick any pointless weapon and do nothing but heal, but I actually think it's very important for you to be optimizing your own damage and dealing a quarter of the damage for the team. Now, the reality is you won't be dealing a quarter of the damage because you're going to be busy healing, right? But when you're not healing, you should be doing a quarter of the damage. Okay, does that make sense? When you're not healing, you really should be doing as much damage as everyone else. And that's kind of why I've chosen a quality sword and shield, the Ruin sword and shield, and I've chosen a Draken armor set build. You do have health boost, so it's not going to one-shot you or anything, right? We didn't sacrifice health boost to get friendship. So you have... Did someone get grabbed? Okay, no one got grabbed. Yeah, you've got friendship level 5, and you've got plenty of damage. It's really, really important to me. Damage is important. There he goes. Alright, the Ancient Leshen is down, and I think we did that in about 19 minutes. Let me check. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so we have to talk about the build next. And really, this is probably going to be the Sword and Shield healer build I recommend most of the time, not just for Ancient Leshen. You'll notice we have Crit Eye level 7, Wide Range 5, Health Boost 3, Crit Boost 3, Weakness Exploit 3, Max Might 2, a level of attack boost that's kind of pointless. Power Prolonger came from the waist. Airborne is actually very valuable for this particular sword and shield. You get a little bonus damage on your jump attacks. Flinch Free. So I added the Flinch Free skill to the build because you want something to help you with all of the flinching that you're going to get from your own teammates. Your own teammates, a longsword user is going to flinch you like crazy. So we have Flinch Free here to help with that. And then finally, you're getting hasten recovery from the actual sword and shield. That's kind of like the bonus skill that you get for bringing this sword. It kind of helps. It kind of helps, but it's not that big of a deal. And of course, you don't see it on this screen, but we have the Draken Armor Master's Touch skill, which is keeping our weapon in the white sharpness. So this is probably about as good of a healer build as I could come up with for a sword and shield. If you have a better build, feel free to share it in the comment section, but I think this is a perfect balance of damage and wide range. Lastly, I'll just go ahead and show you my item loadout. Notice I don't have the dash juice. You could probably add dash juice to that. It's not a big deal. Yep. And then we can also take a look real fast at my custom radio menu. Astera Jerky's there, that's for when they got bleed. Hunter Rune is there, that's for staggering the Ancient Leshen, as well as for freeing people from the roots or the root shield. Yeah, so it's all here. Alright, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.